Good morning, YouTube. One Lazy Trucker here. It's November 22nd, 2021, and winter's starting. So I just wanted to remind people about winter driving tips. First thing about winter driving is slow the heck down. You don't want to end up on Bonehead Truckers of the Week because you were going too fast for conditions. If it's snowing, raining, icy, slow down. Unless you got clear drive pavement, slow down. That's the biggest thing I see out there is guys running too hard and too fast for the conditions on the road. I've done it. Lots of other guys have done it and lucked out. But slow down. Do your pre-trip. Drain those air tanks every day. You do not want moisture in the airlines and in the braking system. Drain the air tanks every day. Prior to winter, have the shop service your air dryer. Put a new filter in it. You know, those things gum up with oil and crud and crap. It's not the only thing running into your airline. It's air, it's oily, it's coming off the engine. That's how the compressor works. It draws from the engine. So get all that serviced prior to winter. If you haven't done it, get it done. Also, use airline antifreeze. You can put it in a lowest tank. You put it in your wet tank in the air system on the tractor, and it'll run through all your brakes and into the trailer system. You can add some back in the glad hands. Just depending on conditions and whether you did it early or late. But use the airline antifreeze. It works. Just remember, it's no matter what the bottle says about it conditioning the seals in the airline system, it's mostly rubbing alcohol, and it's going to dry those seals out. So what mechanics have told me to do is put a few drops of Marvel Mystery Oil or a little bit of ATF to get those seals, keep them lubed and wet, keep them soft, because the airline antifreeze does dry them out. If you don't know which wet tank to put it in, have the shop install an airline antifreeze dispenser. All you do is put it in the dispenser. It evaporates off as the air builds up and gets into the air system. Same thing it does in the tank. It's easier access than putting it in the tank, unless I know some guys have modified their tank so they can get that stuff in there easy. But if you don't know which tank is your wet tank, talk to the shop. They'll, if you need help, talk to the shop, talk to other drivers. Whatever you do, do not put airline antifreeze in the compressor, because it runs it into the air dryer. The air dryer gets screwed up with the airline antifreeze, and the airline antifreeze doesn't make it back to your into the air system. So it's got to be after your air dryer, wherever you're adding the airline antifreeze. Keep your tire pressure correct. Carry an airline rigged up so you can air up tires if need be. You don't want to be stuck out on the road for something simple, so take your tool bag with you. with those spare fuses and breakers, and you know, uh, don't work on the truck beyond your capability. But you know, if you want to know how to do it, a lot of mechanics will show you how to do it. What minor stuff, because if you can take care of it, it saves them a service call coming out to get you. But you know, learn a little bit about the truck. But while you're out there in winter, year round. I always carried a couple of meals with me in cans or MREs, something that I could keep in the truck and not worry about, in its own little separate lunchbox. In case I got stuck out there overnight, in the lunchbox would be something that I didn't mind eating cold. Water, maybe something else to drink, you know, pop, energy drink, sody water. But carry all that with you in the wintertime. Even in a day cab, I would have a way to wrap up with a space blanket, or even, you know, a good heavy wool blanket. I know movers who kept moving blankets in the cab in case they got cold. And be sure you get your truck serviced for winter. Make sure they do the air dryer and the heaters. Trust me, I've driven in trucks with the heater not working in the wintertime and you're just miserable. I drove with my thermals, my heavy winter jacket, a lap blanket, and heavy winter gloves because the heater quit working and you're just miserable. And the only reason I drove as far as it did without the heater is I needed to get it to where I could get it fixed. Stop in the middle of nowhere doesn't do you any good, but you know, I got it to where I could get it fixed, and as soon as it was fixed, then get back out on the road. But do your safety, do your pre-trips, your post-trips, always, every day, every time, do it the same way. Don't get in a hurry about it. Slow down, learn to be patient. The load will get there when it gets there, and the load don't count if it's sitting in the ditch. And I know a lot of guys getting paid by the mile, not the hour. So you don't get paid for those miles until they're behind you and that load gets dropped off. So just remember that, you know, you don't get paid for waiting in the ditch. And slow down, be safe. Use airline antifreeze. Drain the air tank daily. Even if you got a perfectly good air dryer, you know, we're going to get wet and snowy. So you want those brakes working at optimum. So adjust your brakes. If you don't know how to adjust your brakes, talk to guys in the shop. Talk to a mechanic. They're more than happy to teach you stuff. Most of the time, I've met a few who were complete assholes, but my opinion was they weren't very good mechanics anyway. So I'll leave it at that. That's it for winter driving tips. Remember, slow down, drive for conditions, and be safe out there. I'll be praying for your safe travels. One lazy trucker. Have a blessed day.